So one of the first ways that virtual reality improves over traditional ways of doing things is in scale, in the sense that you can look at things that are really big or really small, either up close or to actually see them at the scale that they're supposed to be at as well, which is really impressive for doing things like, even if you are looking at something like a graph, being able to really see differences as far as height between different data points, or being able to look at things like molecules. I mean, that's something that we've never really been able to do up close before. And I know a number of people that are building essentially molecule simulations in virtual reality to allow scientists and organic chemists in particular in order to do chemical simulations in a virtual environment in a way that we've never really been able to do before. Another one is in flexibility. So in virtual reality, because it's a virtual reality, you can change and manipulate any object or your surroundings in ways that we've never been able to do before. You're able to change where you are at the push of a button. You're able to pick objects up and grow them, change their size, change their shape. And especially if you design the virtual reality experience in advance, you can essentially design that experience to be anything that you want it to be, whether it's a training scenario or two people interacting, that sort of thing as well. One of the other real advantages of virtual reality is in 3D interaction. So anytime that you're dealing with 3D objects, whether that's a molecule or a product that you're designing, being able to do that in virtual reality allows you to really manipulate and use those objects in ways that feel far more natural than trying to interact with that on a 2D screen. You don't necessarily have to rotate the object. You can literally just walk around it. You can look at it from all different angles, whether it's below, above, that sort of thing. And you can make changes on it in the ways that sculptors do in the real world, but you can do that in virtual reality as well. One of the other advantages of virtual reality is in telecommunication as well. So because virtual reality makes you feel like you're in this virtual space, anything that's in that virtual space also feels just as real as well. And that includes other people, right? And so if you put another person or an avatar of another person in that space with you, it feels like you're talking to another person, especially the closer you're able to get as far as the way that person looks like that other person or the way that person interacts or sounds like that other person as well. The more fine motor movements and fine body movements that we're able to capture, the closer it's going to look and feel to talking to like another person. And we're not quite there yet. We're not at the point where it really, you're able to go in a virtual simulation and it's exactly the same as talking to someone face to face. But even capturing something as simple as head movement and having the voice come from that avatar is enough to really make it feel like you're at least talking to another human being in that environment as opposed to just talking to a 2D screen. And of course, the final and in some ways the most obvious benefit of virtual reality is immersion, in the sense that you can put someone in any experience and make them feel like they're there. Whether that's a training scenario where they have to be using some new pieces of equipment, or if you want to put someone in the Grand Canyon or put someone in a church in Germany, you're able to do that with virtual reality and really make them feel like they're within that space.